Hello everybody, welcome to Ueno Station right there. We're gonna go take a look around, see if we can catch the cherry blossoms. There are a lot of people, so I'll be streaming at 720p, take you around to some of the famous parts of Ueno Park here. Here's a map. There's a listing of things that you can and cannot do. They do a pretty good job of making sure that parties finish up by 8 p.m. No more blue sheets and waiting for days. There used to be salary guys that would be out here waiting with their office workers, but having a lot of respect for the other people in the park. Shout out to the drunks. But Ueno Park is pretty big. We've got there's a Starbucks in the center of it, but it's this part of it right here that we're going to be really focusing on. So we're going to take a left outside of the JR station and see if we can go into this Shiki Masaoka Memorial just past here, the stadium. There's a lot of areas that you can do Sakura Hanami cherry blossoms. The monument of Dr. Wangen right here. This is also a really beautiful area if you can get a blue sheet there. So let's go and see what we can do. Let's go and see if we can keep the signal going. How you doing? I was just at 2.5. The signal just is not so wonderful. So that's why Friday consider. For a Friday, this is just a lot of people. When I was coming in to Kudanshita, you could see there was just a ton of people getting off at the station. Check out the line for Kudanshita. This is also walking around to get to the location. It wasn't too bad right now, but Saturday and Sunday is going to be a nightmare. So something to consider, a reason why Tokyo might not be the best place to see the cherry blossoms, because again, wow, they have English speaking guides available too. So you can, there's like an English speaking guides booth there. That's interesting. Never seen that before. There's just so many tourists in here, so I guess it's good. I think a guided tours of Ueno Park would be so fascinating, but I don't know if they'd cover some of the darker history of Ueno Park. When I was researching the Tokyo firebombing in 1945, I came across the story of a downed American aviator who was, it's not the thing you really want to talk about, but he was more or less kept in one of the cages in Ueno Park, Ueno Zoo, and oh gosh, I forget his name. Every time I come here, I kind of think about him. All right, we're now in the middle of the park. Wow. Starbucks right there. The zoo is straight ahead, although the entrance to the zoo is going around the corner, so you can't get in from this spot. But this is it, everybody. If you can still watch with the signal in and out every now and then. And as a result, yeah, the chat isn't coming along really fast, so that's how I know that there's some issues with the video, but we'll see what we can see, and I might have to upload this later. The great thing that they've done, I guess they've been doing this for years, but to make the traffic flow well on the ends of them, they have keep to the left. So if you're going to be walking this direction, you keep to the left, and then those walking from the other side are keeping to the left and walking this way to the right side. And they put it over on the other side because there would be really large parties that would have the blue sheets down for days before the blossoms even started. And it also generated a lot of trash, but they've done a really good job of putting trash recycle receptacles all over the place. And which keeps the park very clean. There's another one, we're coming up on it in a second, but Yoda Jedi 01, RIP to the 720 stream. I know, it's really hard. I might upload this, but we'll see what we can see. Here's recycle receptacles here. So again, like the blue sheets would be coming out here about 10 years ago and before that. the parties were legendary, but there were no foreign tourists, like very few foreign tourists back then. And now I would say it's more like 50-50, but I think salary business people, they're no longer, here's the recycle bins. It's such an amazing thing, isn't it, Japan? And it's in English now, cans, pet bottles, combustible waste, plastic sheets, the blue sheets, you can just throw it in here. Yeah, they do an amazing job keeping the park super clean. We're already past it. I think tomorrow when the winds pick up, all of these are going to fall off the trees. Shuba Tiramale, thank you for showing us Sakura missing Japan. Well, thank you very much, Shuba. Shubha, I appreciate that. You are with me here in Japan. All right, let's go inside here now. We're going off the main walkway into the sides, and this is where the blue sheets, green sheets, whatever sheet you've got, you'll be putting that down here, or no sheet, which is sometimes the case. You'll come here. It's not, unless you live in the area, this is not a desirable place to be because it's just too crowded. Some wind now, so you can see the blossoms starting to fall. Hey, Jared's here. Aloha. Miss Sakura by a week and John by a city away. You were so close, Jared. You're still with us in our refrigerator. We are really savoring those macadamia nuts, buddy. Thank you so much for that. At least we saw one tree in bloom. Yeah, some of the early bloomers were around. But hey, Jared, you missed the weather the last 4 days. It was just awful. So in that sense, you did quite well with the weather, I think. It was really bad, Jared, over the last 4 days. This is like, this is such a blessing right now. This is such a beautiful day. And it's those really nasty days with rain and cold that make you appreciate the blue skies. Look at that. And that's what it's all about here, the contrast. I'm gonna look back here, the contrast with the blue skies, it's really stunning. You have to move away from the green trees and check this out here. Yeah, when it comes to the blue sky, you really don't get. It seems like every cherry blossom you get like 2 or 3 days with the blue skies. It's just the weather is so unpredictable at this time of year. I live in Tokyo, and even living here, maybe there's only 2 or 3 days that I really can soak up the cherry blossoms. So if you're making a trip to Japan just for that, plan to go outside of Tokyo. It just works out better. The weather in Hirosaki at the cherry blossom season, I think it rains a little bit, but it's like 3 weeks away. So the blossoms won't be blooming up there for 3 weeks. I think if you want to see the blossoms and better weather, plan your trip for the Hirosaki Cherry Blossom Festival and go there. It's gonna get really crowded now. Hirosaki, thank or kick me later for doing that. I don't know if that's a good thing. But it's sure, the one thing that's good with having all these people is that it has a more festive feel to it. Coming from the JR station, there was like a German beer music going on there. I was like, wait a second, what country is this? And recently they've gotten some food trucks in here, and that's kind of cool. So let's go check that out. There's a festival going on near the Starbucks on the other side of the park. Whoa, Cuban sandwiches. Can't go wrong with that. Well, I don't know. You could, I guess. I don't see any Cubans in there. It smells good. It smells great. All right, I was here like 15 years ago with my mom. She came to visit. My mom is the only family member that's come to visit more than once. And by that, I mean like my wedding. But I remember taking pictures. So if mom is watching and the playback, I've got to picture her leaning up against this chair, this tree right here. And there were not that many people here. It was just such a different vibe. You're gonna see if the signal holds here, it's such a beautiful scene. I love this part of Ueno Park for cherry blossom viewing. And it looks the best right now at this time of year. I have a picture of her like right there leaning against a tree with all the white Sakura in the background. Sight is here and right's in here. I can't imagine how the weekend will be. I know it's gonna be insane. But you can see there's a lot more trees here. There's a curb, so it kind of puts you inside of the park, which is wonderful because it allows you a chance to walk around so you don't have to walk through everybody's stuff. But these blue sheets, I want to note this. See that poor girl sitting in the middle of the blue sheet? She's probably like a new worker that has to sit here until the whole team comes. So she probably got it. All right, soak it in, guys. I'm just walking through, soak it in. Man, Leo's at school and Kanai is working. She's super busy. So soak it in, and we'll try to all make some time for tomorrow for our family cherry blossom. Wow, that's a big blue sheet, white sheet. All these company parties. Look at the blue sheets for the company parties. Where are your coworkers? All the blue sheets. And then some of the companies, the boss is like, oh, just F it, I'm getting out here. F it, everybody throw your stuff, let's go out and start drinking. And that's what it's all about for the companies, I think. It's Nomi communication. Nomi means to drink. So Nomi communication is such a big thing in Japan. People just walking and admiring them. What you have are the blue sheets of people. This really is Japanese cherry viewing parties like this. And it's less about the trees and more about the drinking, I think. Although the trees are beautiful here. I didn't think we'd have any kind of a signal here. There's also like, what is that, like the boys on one side and the girls on the other. But you have a lot of parties going on, and that's a little bit more. They're well past 100%. Well, that party's getting warmed up over there. That's the vibe. That's the vibe. So if you are a visitor to Japan, you put your blue sheet next to a bunch of drunk business dudes. Everyone, after the third beer, starts to try to talk English to you. And it comes out to be some of the best pictures that you probably have. And it looks like that they're congratulating some of the work members here. So we can just take a quick look-see here. That's funny. Yeah, Jonathan remembers. They'll send the freshmen or the first years. They're already getting a lousy wage. I don't think they're doing much responsible work anyways, but go send them to the cherry blossom viewing parties. Go make them set up the blue sheet. Send them with like one of the sophomore bosses. We'll see. These are the company as well. And we would have the teachers and the school would have parties. But I don't know, that's one thing that I miss about Japanese work culture. The one good thing about it is like this team unity. The mingling, the circles, you get a bunch of fried junk food, and you just get some beer in the cherry blossoms. That's another wonderful thing about this. You really are resetting everything. And that's another reason, the Japanese New Year ends on If it's hello. Is the live stream even working? Can you? Is it working? Oh, you're not what? You just caught me naturally. Oh, hi. Hi, hi.
Thank you so much for the very informative videos.
Oh, you're welcome. Where are you guys from?
We're from the Philippines.
Oh, you're the third person ever from the Philippines walking around. This is crazy.
Yes, you're very popular back home.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, just want to say.
Oh, thanks for coming. Yeah. All right, how long are you here for?
He's here for 1 week. I live here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Okay.
This is crazy. I love it here. All right, bye. That's very cool. So they're from the Philippines. It's the third group of people who came to say hi. I don't even know if the live stream is working, so. This tree is very famous. It seems like it's past its prime here, past 100%, and the blossoms are starting to come up, but it's really a beautiful one. Let's just take a quick look-see at it. That purple is just so striking. Every single viewer from the Philippines that's come to say hi, most awesome people, biggest smiles, so warm. It's so infectious. You get this warmth feeling when people come to say, very cheerful. I love it. Gosh, I'm dying to go to the Philippines. I'm going to Guam with Kanai and Leo next month. So if you do live in Guam, we're gonna come and visit you over there. But if you're in the Philippines, keep inviting us, because it's like we got a family in Hawaii. I know that. But I think we've got a pretty big family in the Philippines as well. So if we did a meetup in Manila, I bet you we're gonna have like 100 some people turn out to come say hi. That'd be crazy. All right, the last thing that I want to show you here is there's this temple here. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can save a copy and then upload this video later, so you get a chance to see it without interruption in the playback. This is one of those wisping willow Sakura trees. Wisteria, I think. This is quite beautiful as well. So there's so many different kinds. Once the blossoms lose, the green leaves will come out. It's hard to see because the sun has gone down under. Not Australia, but down under the horizon a little bit. Okay, so we can see a little bit here popping out on the top of this tree. Oh, it's almost done. Yeah, I bet Nara is popping right now. Yoshino Yama over there is probably pretty crazy. So many tourists visiting that area at that time of year. They have, what is it, like 100,000 Sakura tree? I'm exaggerating, but it feels like 100,000 Sakura tree in Nara at that time. All right, let's go up here to the shrine. Actually, I think this is a temple. I'm sorry. It's a temple. So we're making our pilgrimage. We have to come and say. Wow. Yeah, the Shidare Sakura. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, that's what they are. Those beautiful Sakura trees. Somebody just said in English, Shogun Temple is here. So there's a tourist help all over the city, which is pretty crazy. That's not the Ueno that I remember. Ueno. It's hard to pronounce. If you say it in English, the American way, it's just Ueno, and then you get half of the people. Well, some people get triggered. I've noticed how people in the world these days. I think it's not that it goes past the Generation X stuff, because that's my gen, I guess, Gen X. I've never really gotten triggered by anything. When I heard that term for the first time, I thought of the triggerfish, because I used to do scuba diving in Koh Tao in Thailand. I got my dive master's license there, and they had a ton of triggerfish. The triggerfish, they would see you, and for no reason, they would pull the trigger and then just lunge, come right at you. It was crazy, the triggerfish of Koh Tao. My dive master's was called Buddha View. Beautiful. It was a wonderful diving school, one of the top ones, and they had instructor licenses available. If they can do that, then you know it's a pretty good school. If they're also doing scuba dive instructor courses. So that was an amazing experience. Koh Tao, beautiful place, but I haven't been there since I got my license 2004. So it took it 20 years ago. That's crazy. I think you all know where I am right now. Zero coverage of the Expo. Yeah, I don't really care too much about the media Expo anymore in Osaka. I think it jumped the shark, that the whole Expo stuff. I'll still go down there next month. Can you name that samurai? He looking very nice. Just people are confused by the Expo. People are don't like the pricing of the Expo. People think it was just done in such a hard to understand way for a lot of locals. And then a lot of the countries said we're not going to be doing our exhibits. Wasn't as much enthusiasm. And like the 2020 Olympics, Osaka was kind of overhyping this. I mean, like trying to overdo this, because the 1970 World Expo was such a big deal. When we got to the 2021 one, it's like, well, yeah, I can see the nostalgia. I know that they want to use this experience to. This is my favorite. The reason I'm walking here is this is one of my favorite spots. They want to, I don't know, get back that spirit that they had in the 1970s of being like revitalization. But really, that's not the purpose of the Expo. I don't know. So this is one of my favorite spots from here. Check it out. Sakamoto Ryoma. Not sure if that's the correct answer. What do you guys think? Actually, we could go down there. Yeah, it is. It's pretty nice from all different directions. You have the train platform above ground, so you just have to find. you can only go this far on from the stairs. You got to go from the escalator on the other side. But sorry, I guess it's stairs only. Might lose the signal. I'm surprised we still have a signal so far. Maybe not here in the belly of this beast of a building. Let's get down to the ground floor really quickly, and I'll take you through Ameyoko Market a little bit because I got to get to the Ueno line. I could hear the trains going by. It's an Ebbis beer bar. I could smell the beer. There are so many kinds of Ebbis beer. Kanai's father's favorite beer. All right, we're back down on the ground floor. He likes the Sapporo Red Star, black label and Red Star, not the regular one. So it looks like some rain is coming. One of the reasons I wanted to do 2 streams today is because you could see the weather's not going to be like this forever. They're just, I should just say, for long. So it's nice to do a stream in this weather. I forgot to turn off the stabilization on the phone, so it's not as wide as normal. So these G-Wagon Mercedes-Benzes, I'm seeing so many of them here. Why would you get that when you have the RAV4 and so many other better cars? Nothing against Mercedes-Benz, it's just really expensive. Like they started like $100,000. It's crazy. RAV4 starts at like $36,000. I guess they're just completely different experiences. I've driven in one of them once. My friend of mine has one. I get a lot of friends. And I got a chance to sit in the front seat and drive around a little bit with him, but it's all right. I mean, I prefer the RAV4. That's the car I drove when I went out to Western Tokyo. Oh, and if you haven't seen it already, this episode is up just this morning, so it's doing quite well. So go check it out. Japanese manufacturers since 1978 have been producing the world's fastest elevators, and that technology is very much connected to like the trains, the Shinkansen, the technology. And the world's fastest elevator manufacturer is Hitachi. And I had friends there, and you got a chance to take a look inside the Mito plant, so you're getting some inside looks and some footage of how they made the world's fastest elevator and how fast these elevators could go in the future. I think they've pretty much met the limit because it's just not, it's too expensive to run. I could talk about elevator. I've become an elevator expert. Elevators are just too, if you try to do these super fast ones, they can't fit as many people. So if you can't fit as many people, there's often a queue to line up to get onto these elevators. And it doesn't make a lot of sense if you're stopping at every floor to use a super fast elevator, so they have to be express elevators. So there's not a lot of reason to make elevators for pure speed to try to break a record like this. But 47 miles per hour is where they're at right now. And I thought that this is such a fascinating story on the practicality of elevator speed. Only 9 times the world record was broken in the last 100 years. So it's not something that they do very often. All right, we're walking down Ameyoko. I just wanted to go see my friend before we sign off here. Every time I do a shout out for him, he's so appreciative. I don't know if he's going to be there today, but wow, I can smell the grilling meats here. Yeah, 47 miles per hour doesn't sound a lot horizontally, but when you go vertical, I mean, you can feel it on the weight when you're standing on it, and you can also feel. But going down, it's definitely like a third of that speed, because if you go down 47 miles per hour, you're going to start to feel weightless. Like if you were to jump, you'd hit the roof. The elevator would leave you. And it might actually, I don't know. So the world's fastest elevator going down is in Yokohama at the Landmark Tower. So that's a little bit of information for everybody that's playing Trivial Pursuit. Does anybody still do that? Wow, Ameyoko, I haven't been here in so long. It's such a colorful part of the city. I wanna come back here and make a video on Ameyoko again. This is such a better market compared to Tsukiji Market. I say past Tsukiji. It's such a tourist trap. I used to be okay with it, but now it's just such a disaster. Tsukiji is such a tourist trap. There's no, even the people working there aren't locals anymore. So this is, I'm back here at Shimura-san's shop here. So Shimura-san is always here doing the 1,000 yen. So make sure you stop here. Onegaishimasu. Papa is here? Oh, there he is in the back there. There's Shimura-san in the back there. He's working hard. I think he's eating something. I won't disturb him. But if you give him 1,000 yen, they put so much chocolate in your bag. It's so much. It's really worth it. So I'm gonna come back. I'll talk with him and meet my friend later. And Shimura-san, for decades I've been coming here. So make sure you leave with a bag of goodies. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
We're seeing you on the live stream.
Is it working?
It's
Sometimes
working,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
if the stream is
Yeah.
working. You want to say hi to everybody?
Sure.
Hey.
Hi.
Where are you from?
Boston.
Boston. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Just for the cherry blossoms?
This time, yeah. It's our third time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We took a lot of your suggestions.
Influenced a lot by your channel.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
we watched all
okay.
your videos. It helped us decide to go to Nakano Broadway and a bunch
Yay.
of different places.
We were just in Chidori Gafuchi.
Oh, Chidori Gafuchi, yeah.
Yeah, but we missed you.
Oh, so you traveled.
We didn't know you were there. We didn't know you had.
Oh, no.
Wow, this is exciting.
Yeah, I took the Shinjuku line to Iwamotocho and walked to Akihabara, so it's pretty quick that way.
Cool.
But I live here, so it's.
Wow.
You want to take a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, so exciting.
All right, take care, guys.
Sorry, sir. Big fan from Sweden. Can I just get a picture?
Oh,
with
yeah,
you?
sure.
I used to watch your videos. I never thought I'd run into you. All right, thanks, man. Thanks for everything you do.
You're welcome.
It's a real
What part of Sweden?
Stockholm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I should talk about that. Yeah, it's nice. Also, house in Småland. Right. I've been here a long time, so it seems to make
really
sense.
Good. It's really good. Even for me, I mean, I'm second generation Japanese living in Sweden,
Okay.
and it helps me a lot as well, like to navigate some of this stuff.
How's the Japanese food in Sweden? Because it wasn't so good when I was. Yeah. They make an effort, but it was.
Well, yeah. First of all, you don't get the what do you call it? The groceries and stuff like that in the same quality. Soy sauce and everything is produced in Europe.
Right.
Every time I come here, I have to buy everything from here, and just to get some kind of authenticity.
Right.
in whatever you do. So it's really tough.
London's getting a little bit better, I guess.
It is, but the same thing there. I mean, all the like.
It's not the same.
No. And I guess a lot of Japanese people living in Sweden, they've been living there for so long, so their taste buds get distorted a little bit. And, oh, yeah.
Could be all the schnapps, because that's I kept. Oh, you can see here, there's something of a crowd. What's going on here? Oh wow! So they've got here super strawberries. Check it out. Wow. It's quite a booth. So they have Amarin too. Amarin is the champion. They have the Amarin, and They have my friends, the Shiroi Hoseki down in Saga Prefecture. They have that too. I wanted to go and film that again, but he's very busy. Or he said that this year's crop was not as big. Come next year, he said. So I'm like, okay, that's what you say. I'm gonna come next year. Boys, there's 4 shops here. I know. Hey, how you doing? I've known them for like decades. Some of these people here I've known for decades. That one guy, he's smiling when he saw me. Oh my goodness. I gotta make a really good episode here. But it's changed so much. Look, there's more strawberries here. This has become a kind of an ethnic melting pot for Asian culture, not just Japanese. And by Asian culture, I think sometimes we forget our friends over on the other side of Asia are. The other side of Asia is the Middle East. I think we sometimes forget that, you know, Saudi Arabia, UAE, even most of Turkey is in Asia. So you get such a mix. Asia's amazing. You can smell Asia. It doesn't smell Japanese. This smells like Asia. I can tell. In Japan smells so different. Oh yeah, the spices. All right, everybody. Probably tomorrow. If Kanai, Leo, and I can get out, and the weather's good.